and welcome to yet another video. Hope everyone is doing well. Today's video is going to be a realistic day in my life, as well as I will break down the trade that the students took the last week, that I unfortunately missed, but it was a very lovely trade, so I will break that down for you guys. It is already 1 o'clock. I haven't vlogged from the beginning because I don't know, I was just doing random stuff. I actually went on a walk, had breakfast with one of my friends as well. But I will show you guys what we're looking for the week. So obviously it is only Monday, which meant that we had our breakdown call yesterday. But I did update the students in the morning with following from our call, which I'll show you guys now. First of all though, say hello to this little guy. Oh, he doesn't want to be. Hello. He's like, leave me alone, I'm just trying to sleep. But anyways, this is what I updated the group, obviously, each trade that we went through, and then obviously put the pictures in here. Actually go through everything that we talked about, and hopefully we can look for some trades. But the trades that I am actually looking for, I will show you guys quick. At number 1, Euro USD, all we need is a shifter structure on the 4-hour time frame in order for us to look for buyers, because if we look on the weekly time frame, we are very much a retest in this area of interest. AUD CAD, also we've been talking about this for a long time. We were waiting for the shifter structure first to go bullish, and now we need to shift bearish. Obviously, hopefully it happens. If not, I assume that price will shift structure on the daily time frame and shift bullish, because that's what's happening on AUD JPY. As you can see over here, this is our lower high, lower low. So if price closes in about 8 hours, we will be bullish again, which means no longer looking for sells. However, with that being said, I will update you guys throughout the video what happens. If we do take a trade, I will let you know. The goal for the moment is to go and grab some food with my mum. I don't know if you remember a few videos ago where we wanted to go to this specific cafe. It's in the middle of nowhere a little bit, but it was closed one time, and the second time we wanted to go, the road was closed. We couldn't even get there. So third time lucky. Hopefully we can make it this time. So let's go. We finally made it to the cafe. I don't know if you'll be able to hear me because the music's playing, but it looks very cute. I don't want to say too much, but very cute finally. And we just made it because the kitchen closed in 10 minutes, so third time lucky, I guess. I don't know if you could actually hear me in there, but we finally made it. The road was closed twice, but we made it around, and I've obviously showed the food a little bit. Couldn't record too much in there because it was very loud, but just look at the scenery. It's just in the middle of nowhere, but look how nice it looks. With regards to the rest of the day, it will be boring. Sadly, I do have a lot of things to do, a lot of admin stuff. I want to change the website, so I don't know if you guys when you click on the community website, I want to add a video in there just so it's a little bit more personalized, and it is me doing it. So hopefully we could get that sorted and updated for you guys. But yeah, I'll keep you posted, and obviously we'll see what else I get up to for the rest of the day. Don't I have a trade update for you? So obviously we made it home, had lovely food. It was very nice. Honestly, finally, I'm so glad we managed to get there. To be honest, we got there, and I think we got at 2 something, and the lady it was actually 2:20, and the lady's like, just to let you know, the kitchen closes at 2:30, and we were like, oh my gosh. So we literally scraped it, but we made it, got the food and everything, so we were all good to go. However, trade update for you. This is AUD CAD, obviously, as we talked about this morning. All we needed, price was kind of hovering and doing this, so all we needed was that break and retest and continuation to the downside. We are now getting closer to that. We obviously still need our clean break and retest, but we are getting a lot closer. Euro USD, quick update. Still like this, honestly. If it continues lower, then obviously we're no longer interested. AUD JPY is still going bullish. We still have 5 hours left before we actually close above this area, creating obviously a higher high, which means we would shift bullish, so no longer looking for sells. But I would say the main focus is AUD CAD. Definitely look at this massive daily wick, as well as the 4-hour. Obviously, hopefully have this small retest, and then we can look for sells. So this is the trade that the students actually took last Monday, AUD JPY, which I missed out on, which is absolutely fine. Honestly, I'm not mad about it. I'm glad they made themselves some money and some profits. But yeah, let's break it down for you guys right now. We analyze this pair on obviously our weekly breakdowns. However, let's walk through it. So at the time on the weekly time frame, we were definitely very much so bearish. We didn't yet have this wick, right? So we had just some sort of rejection off of here. What I was anticipating was price obviously to have direction, which it did. The daily time frame was also very much still bearish. It is obviously, like I mentioned before, until price closes above this area, we will be bearish. But obviously, looking at what it looks like now, it looks like price may potentially look to shift towards the upside. However, we have had last Monday we had the retest of this area of interest on the daily as well as the 4 hour. All we needed at that point was simply for price to have a break, which would then mean it would shift structure because this was our high and low, break, retest, and then continuation towards the downside. So exactly that happened. We had the break, we had the retest, very small retest, but it's still very, very valid. And obviously, if you missed that one, you could have entered on the following retest. But all you then have to do is go down to the lower time frames, wait for that shift of structure, and then look for sales. It is honestly as simple as that, guys. I keep saying it, and I will continue to repeat myself until you get it. It is literally as simple as that. Shift of structure, i.e. 4 hour shift of structure to which direction you're buying, then you need to have that break and retest. As you have that retest, wait for that shift of structure on the lower time frame so that then you can look for entries. That's your indication that price is no longer having the retest, having the reaction. It is ready to then follow and go down. So exactly that happened. Obviously it would have been like a 1 to 2, 1 to 3 almost, but nice and easy, quick trade. Definitely missed out on some profits, but the students made money, which is the main thing, so no worries here. Hopefully we can obviously catch a position this week. Obviously it is Monday as well, so going back to AUD CAD, I know obviously I mentioned it a little bit now, but all you need to do is watch out and see whether price will then look to do this, or price will hopefully look to have the break, retest, and then look for sales. But I'll keep you posted. I hope that was helpful for you guys, and it was super quick, super speedy, but I feel like I'm just repeating myself because I say the same thing over and over again. Obviously I don't want you guys to get bored, but that is literally all I look for. I don't look for anything else. I don't do anything extra. Like, the only thing is I have my EMA on there, which is a 50 EMA, which I have mentioned before. I only use that as an extra confluence, so it can be used as support and resistance as well, just kind of an extra confluence to the list. So yeah, it really is that simple. Break and retest, obviously shift to structure on the lower time frames, and then you are good to go. So just don't overcomplicate trading, because a lot of people do. I will just quickly mention a few comments I had under my previous video. One of them was with regards to risk management. Is it better for beginners to have a negative risk to reward or a lower risk to reward than a 1 to 2? Just to build their confidence? I'm going to say no. Straight answer is going to be no, just because obviously that is going to ruin your psychology. The whole point of you having 1 to 2 risk reward is so that if you do lose the next trade, you are still in profit. Whereas let's say if you have a negative risk reward and you risk, you know, £100, dollars, euros, whatever you want to risk, right? And then you only make 70, that's a negative risk reward. Let's say you win it, so you're up 70, but then the next trade you lose, you're already down 30. You're not even at break even. So there's literally 0 point having a negative risk to reward just for that one win. Like, I personally don't see the point in it. It's only going to damage your psychology. I mean, obviously if you want to do it, carry on, but I would very strongly advise against it. Make sure you have a positive risk to reward. I always say a minimum 1 to 2. I don't take trades unless they have a minimum 1 to 2. Obviously sometimes it might be like a 1 to 8 or 1 to 7, whatever, but like in 1.8, not like 1 to 8 risk reward, but hopefully you know what I meant. But yeah, definitely no negative risk reward, no 1 to 1, none of that kind of stuff. Especially if you're taking 1 to 2 trades a week like me. Like, say I have a week I win, and obviously my risk reward is 0.7, and then like I said, I make a little bit of money, and then the next week I lose. What was the point of waiting that whole week to swipe my profits? You know, it doesn't make sense. So please make sure you don't have a negative risk reward. Obviously, if you want to, go ahead, but I very strongly say definitely stay away, due to the fact it's only going to hurt you in the long run. Like, you might feel good because like, oh, I've won, I've made some profits, but you're going to lose them just like that. So please make sure you have a positive risk reward, at least positive. Obviously if you don't want to do a 1 to 2, that's fine. That's what I recommend as a minimum, but make sure it's positive, please. And just one last question I want to mention in this video was with regards to prop firms or live accounts. What I will say is prop firms are a very, very good way to prove yourself and prove that you know how to trade and kind of test out your strategy, especially if you don't have any capital or many or enough to be able to make good profits. But one thing you do have to be aware of is the scammy prop firms and the ones that don't pay out. You have to do your research and make sure that they do pay out and things like that. I don't know, you know, enough about prop firms to be able to give you advice and do this one, stay away from this one. And I don't also have any affiliates with any of them. But, you know, just have to do your research. Like, I think FTMO is one of the biggest ones. So, you know, just do your research and make sure you will actually get paid if you know how to trade. Because obviously there's no point of putting all that hard work into phase 1, phase 2, and then it gets to the payout and you're like, where's my money, you know? So just make sure you do your research and make sure that you will actually get paid. But I do think they are a great way to obviously prove yourself and be able to make yourself some money. So as well as use the money from the profit splits to then fund your live account, because obviously in the prop firms you have all these rules. You have to make this percentage, you can't go down below a certain amount of percentage on the daily drawdown, blah blah blah, all of this stuff. Whereas on your live account you can risk as much as you want, you know, lose as much as you want, do whatever you want. Obviously, you know, it's a little bit crazier out there, but you know, you have the freedom of doing whatever you want on your personal. So I would definitely say prop firms are a good thing, especially if you don't have capital. But just be careful and make sure you do your research beforehand, because otherwise it's not going to be good for you. Just look at this little guy. Finished the day off with a little walk with the main man, but it will not be a classic video without the one and only quick little start. I'm so sorry to all my headphone users, but it can't get old. Doesn't get old. Funniest part about that was that my mic wasn't even connected, so I was just pretending. I mean, I thought it was connected, but I was just like, sorry headphone users, and it literally didn't change the sound. So sorry guys for tricking you, but I guess I'm just don't know how to use anything. So that will conclude the video. Thank you to every single one of you for watching and for all the comments. Honestly, I very much so appreciate every single one of you guys. Comment down ideas what you want me to do. I'm kind of aiming to start posting a little bit more, potentially 2 videos per week. So one of them will be kind of like the lifestyle with a breakdown, and the other one will be solely educational based. So might throw a little bit of lifestyle in there, but it will be very educational focused. So let me know if that's something you like, or you just want me to mix the two together and keep it as one. I will still look to post 2 videos, but it will just be a mix. So let me know what you prefer and I will do just that. Hope everybody has a lovely rest of their week, and hopefully those trades play out for us so we could catch them together. But if you do want to be a part of my community, make sure to check the link in my bio where I share my complete strategy and have live calls with the students, so we can take it from there. But a lot of free knowledge coming also, so do not miss out. Thank you guys and take it easy. Like, comment, subscribe. See you on the next one.